Let's jump into Bob Loggia. He's the CEO at Opendock. He might know about that. Let's bring Bob up. Bob, thank you for joining us today.
How you doing?
Wow. So, hey, Bob, how's it going? You have so when you are not, so we'll get into the personal side first. When you're not busy working as the CEO over at Opendock, you're also perusing men's fashion on Pinterest. So my first question to you is, what's the best Pinterest board going for that kind of interest?
Oh my gosh. I'd like to talk about that the whole time. Can we?
We can if you want, man.
Just weave it into the conversation. That is great stuff.
I was a really bad dresser for a long time, and people would argue I still am a bad dresser. But I just look up men's fashions. It might be men's summer fashions, men's winter fashions. But if you do that, you'll find all sorts of cool fashions you can wear.
Yeah, I've always meant to do that, but in 54 years I never have, as evidenced by what I wear on a daily basis. I really just don't care.
Or trunk club. Well, I was looking for advice. I mean, if you've seen any of our live events, you know that I wear a couple different outfits going on. I'm a little mismatched today, though. I got like Freddy Krueger going on, but I don't know. I get a
little Shea Rodriguez.
Who knows? So, hey, Bob. So, for those who aren't familiar, though, what is Opendock? You're kind of like the open table for dock bookings, right?
That's right. That's it. That's exactly. It's kind of a play on Open Table. So the idea is to create a platform, a centralized platform, where any carrier or broker can go, register, log in, and search for the warehouse they want to book with, and then book. So it's a very simple platform for the carriers and brokers, but it also has a back-end piece that the warehouses use. And the warehouses use that to set up their schedules for their docks and their availability. So it has two parts to it. The open table-like part is more for the carriers and brokers to do the booking.
Yeah, so Bob, can you speak to really where those advantages are and the efficiencies that are gained from a warehouse perspective in using Opendock?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, warehouses are all over the place with regard to how they do this. So some are first come, first serve. Sometimes it's a range of time that you're given to arrive. Sometimes you do have an appointment if you're a carrier. That is more like a suggestion. And so when you have a specific appointment time, it organizes and adds efficiency to the entire process. So it's not only beneficial for the warehouses, but also for the carriers. So they can plan their day better based on the fact that they know exactly when they need to show up and they're expected to be there. But the warehouses like it because it aids in labor planning, it aids in staging priorities, and it also reduces the amount of overtime that their employees have to work, and also just creates kind of this measure of efficiency that permeates the entire warehouse.
Well, Bob, you have, you said the warehouses like it, and you've already had some market penetration here. You have companies like Cargill, Pepsi, Anheuser-Busch, Owens & Minor, GE, Ecolab, International Paper, etc., all using it. How did you convince them, or did it just not take much convincing at all?
It didn't really take that much convincing. They're out looking for systems to add efficiency in this area. And some of those businesses that you mentioned have actually been using it for a long time. But it's gaining in popularity. And, most brokers and carriers are aware of this concept of dock scheduling, and now most warehouses are as well. So it's now just a matter of, making the switch. And that's actually one of the benefits of the software is it's SaaS, so it's all web-based, super easy to implement, super easy to set up. And a lot of the warehouses that use it are up and running within a couple days.
That's awesome, Bob. So you guys now have a partnership with the guys over at Dock 411. I know those guys, known them for a couple of years.
Yeah.
I actually have one of their original T-shirts. I should have worn it today. I forgot to.
Yeah, I interviewed them on an old show I did, Consulting Logistics, before I came over to FreightWaves.
Yeah, absolutely. They're really, really good guys. Can you speak to that partnership a little bit there, Bob? How that kind of, happened and what the advantages are there with you guys teaming up?
Yeah. We love Dock 411. It's a great company, and I think they're providing a really, really cool service. It's a perfect marriage. So when the carrier or broker comes to Opendock and they search for the warehouse they'd like to book with, there's a little I for information. And when you scroll over that I, that's the integration with Dock 411. So it pulls in all the information from Dock 411, so you can see, all the relevant information related to that warehouse. whether it's bathrooms or lobby or internet access or other items related to their facility. And you can click through to it and go right to Doc 411 if you want to get all the information for that particular warehouse. So it's a really, really good marriage that works well with our application.
Yeah, I mean, what's Open Table without reviews, right? So what's next for Opendock? So you added the reviews on here. You're getting penetration with all these big companies. So where do you go from here?
Yeah, so the next thing is continue to take in feedback. So we're talking to our clients all the time and just listening to what their needs are. Yeah, surprisingly, we're talking to them. And we're building the next generation of Opendock. So it's going to have a lot more features, a lot more functionality, and it's really going to speak to the needs of the warehouse as well as to the carrier and broker. And one of those areas is getting more visibility into the analytics surrounding arrival times, departure times, carrier and broker performance, and being able to create scorecards. That's been a big ask in being able to get information that can feed into that type of application.
Hey, Bob, before we let you go, we do have a listener comment. Rhonda says, Bob, are you involved in going after open real estate with all the open commercial space due to a change in the work structure via more remote workplaces?
Are we interested in going after open real estate?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know 100%. I was hoping that made more sense to you. It does to me.
You know what? I should get that listener's name and phone number, because maybe on the side in my spare time I can create open real estate. There may be a market there.
Well, you know what? I mean, you were in the booking space. You have another company that does similar things, right? With universities.
Yeah. So Appointment Plus is the name of that application. And that's a general scheduling system. So it can work for any type of scheduling application, whether it's a doctor, massage therapist, pet groomer. Getting a lot of COVID testing scheduling coming through there. But that's kind of the sister product to Opendock.
Well, after waiting in line for hours to vote, I think that maybe your next project should be scheduling, helping out schedule there. That would be awesome. I'm just thinking of what you can schedule next, Bob. Well, so people who want to use Opendock, they like what they heard. Where do we send them?
Opendock.com, just the way it sounds. And on the website, you can find out a lot more information about how the system works, as well as signing up for a free demo. And there's a number of ways to get a hold of us, whether it's phone calling, emailing, or filling out an information form.
Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time today.
Thanks, Bob.
Happy Halloween.
You too.
Sweet dreams. All right, Bob Hitt we got now. He's the North American...